So, you want to find out which are the best accessories for the Sony A6700. I have some surprises for you. Keep watching. Hey, what's up guys, it's Extreme Talking Chill here. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about my favorite Sony A6700 accessories. So, I'm going to talk about all the accessories that I use to shoot videos and stills with my Sony A6700. If you don't know, I've owned this camera for the last 4 months now, and I'm completely in love. I've made several reviews, long-term reviews, so if you want to know my opinion on the body of this camera, go check it out, all my videos on this camera. But if you want to find out which are my favorite accessories for the Sony A6700, then stick out for the rest of this video because I will explain to you why they are my favorite. Then, of course, you have all the links in the description down below. So, if you're excited, drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel, roll the intro. So, which is the first accessory that I want to talk about? Well, easy, that's the monitor. As you know, every camera has a display. The Sony A6700 features an LCD display. And sometimes it's not the best. Sometimes it doesn't have enough resolution to understand if something is in focus or not. Or sometimes you cannot understand well the colors or change anything. That's why you buy monitors for your cameras. And other monitors can cost up to $500 and you can buy very expensive monitors that are a single-use product. And so, that's why in today's video I want to recommend you my favorite monitor ever and one that you already have. You don't need to buy almost anything. And that's your iPhone. Yes, you can use your iPhone as a monitor for your camera really easily. You just need to buy the Monitor Plus app on your iPhone. Costs you like $20, not per month, not per year. It's a lifetime buy. It's also free if you want to use the free version, but the paid version enables you to actually turn on the wired version, so it's much more stable. You can control everything, you can record internally for the iPhone. So every single feature that external monitors from Ninja or other like the Ninja Atmos 5, they do, the iPhone does. It has an OLED screen, which is really bright. Depending on the iPhone that you have, it can reach almost 2000 nits of peak brightness with the iPhone 15 Pro Max. It's an incredible choice. And the only accessories that you need is this iPhone, like basic one from Amazon that costs you $10 mount, where that grabs your actual iPhone. And then you need this a 1/4 inch adapter, I think, that actually grabs into your camera's hot mic shoe. Other than that, these two things right here, your iPhone with the Monitor Plus app, a lifesaver, and you have a perfectly amazing monitor that costs you nothing. It's your phone, you don't need to buy anything else, and it's an incredible, incredible display. You can rack focus, you can control focus, the gamma shift, the hues, you can record internally to the iPhone, you can change focus with the paid version, you can shoot on log, put on LUTs if you want to see how log is. It's much, much better than using the built-in LCD display. This one is heavy, yes, it's quite janky for move around, but for stationary shots like this one with the tripod, this is the perfect solution. So, if you don't want to spend money and have a very good monitor on your camera, then go check it out, Monitor app. This is not sponsored, I just downloaded their Monitor Plus app, I think, on the App Store, and I found it incredible. And so, I'm recommending it to you guys. This is a great, great app that works really, really well with the iPhone. The one thing you have to catch out with the Sony A6700 is that when you are using any type of iPhone recording without the wired, so via Bluetooth, it's using the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth of the camera. And so that will cause the camera to overheat faster. Recording 4K 30 frames per second with an iPhone using as a monitor will overheat. So be very, very careful with that. Other than that, if you decide to pay the extra $20, which I think the developers deserve, because the app is completely free, it works completely free, no strings attached, no ads, which is crazy, and it's free. And then if you want to pay $20 more, you have all of those features that are incredible. So I think it's worth it to pay that extra $20 and you'll have an incredible, incredible monitor to use on your camera. After the monitor, you need a mic. And what better choice than the DJI mic? This, in my opinion, now is the best value wireless microphone system in the market. Yes, currently you can find it for $200 on Amazon. It was discounted at least on Black Friday, and it was an amazing, amazing deal. It brings lots of things. Brings this mic right here, which is wireless. Again, it's connecting to my camera via wireless. Then it's also doing an internal recording, which is incredible because it's a backup recording. Then you also have the monitor that is attached onto the camera, and you have the second mic system right here. This is really good because this case charges both of your wireless receivers and your transmitter at the same time. It also gives you very types of customization on the transmitter, and it charges via USB-C, which is really, really important. The look, it's almost that carbon fiber look. The feel, it feels like very premium plastic. And all of the hinges, this is really solid case, really sturdy, and it looks amazing. This is DJI's best work in my opinion. Drones and then the DJI mic. Even better than the DJI Osmo 6 mobile gimbal, which is also really good, don't get me wrong, but this one right here, it's perfect. I'm super excited to see their second generation of this DJI mic. I hope they can add the 32 float Pro recording that the Rode Mic Pro now has. That's the only advantage of the Rode Mic Pro. Other than that, I do believe that the DJI is much easier to use and much, much better. This is the sound quality of the DJI mic. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Again, this room that I'm recording right now is not sound treated because this is my parents' living room. But in my studio, which has some type of sound treatment, the sound actually sounds the same and I think it sounds better. But overall, this is how it sounds in this current studio. I think it sounds really, really well. Outside, it also sounds really good. I've made several vlogs with this mic outside and I think they are really, really crisp. Other than that, I do believe that the value here is actually really good, currently for $300. But let me know in the comments below what you think. The one thing you gotta understand about this mic system, it works almost like the AirPods. If you take one out of the case, it will turn on and it will record audio from one transmitter. And if you take this two out, it will record from both transmitters to the receiver. If you connect the receiver to your iPhone, your camera, via USB-C, via Lightning, or even via headphone jack, all of those audios will be incorporated with a video. But if you don't want to, just turn it off, record the backup on your mics, and record with the other mics on your camera or your iPhone. Sometimes I don't have time to record to my camera, connect all the cables. I want to use the hot shoe mount for the external monitor that I showed you before. And so I decide to internally record to the DJI mic. This quality is better than the transmitted Bluetooth and it's just more convenient. Then you just connect this transmitter or receiver to your computer via USB-C and you pass through the audio footage. So I think it's a really good solution. This is wireless and it attaches to your clothes via magnets, which is also really cool, really easy to use and really intuitive. And it works in every scenario, outside while filming car videos, vlogging, this talking headshot. This is the most versatile version of a mic. No shotgun mics, no boom mics, all of those require more attention, more detail, while this one, plug and play, really, really easy. And I do believe that the DJI mic right now is an incredible value and it works really, really well. So, going to the link down below, check out the DJI mic. This is my favorite mic out there. As for the gimbal, I'm currently testing out a new gimbal, and that's the Manfrotto MX300H, I think that's how it's called. It's this big case right here, but in here you have the gimbal. Let me show you. Right away, this case is almost unique to this gimbal. Most gimbals don't bring a case like this. This is a hard case, it has every accessory. The unboxing experience is really good. It's very complete, you have every accessory that you need. The handle, the gimbal, screws, accessories. This is incredible value. Most gimbals don't give you a hard case for transporting it. But the gimbal itself, it's the Manfrotto DJI right here. This big boy. This is the gimbal, as you can see. This gimbal is really complete, almost looks like the DJI Ronin S3. It's like around $800 at the time, but now you can find it for around $140. I paid $140, which is ridiculous. It's like 80% discount. It's insane. And I've used it. It has this focus wheel that you can turn on into several things, really useful. Has the screen, has the buttons, has the scroll wheel right here, the record button, the menu button. You can connect it to your camera via USB-C, this thing right here. And it has the 3-axis support. Every axle works really well. You have to calibrate your camera. Then you have an external battery. One thing that you can do, and this is a modular gimbal, so you can, this is not easy, but you can unlock this, remove the top head, as you can see, and this is your remote. So you can screw this on with accessories and other things that you can buy on Manfrotto, screw this on into a car, into a building, into a post, whatever you want to do, and then you can control your gimbal motion with this remote separately. So this has a battery, this has a battery. Both are separate batteries that can actually be used separately. And so this is an external remote via Bluetooth to the gimbal, which is incredible. Can get incredible shots and unique ones with this. If you want to use it joint like a normal gimbal, just press right here, this lock button, you lock it on, like so. Not that easy at the beginning, is not easy, but after you get it how it works, then it will become much, much easier. That's it. That's how it's done. And then you just lock it. There's your gimbal. You also have an attachment here to use as a tripod, and it's really stable, works really well. It's a gimbal. It performs more like the Ronin RS3. I will have a comparison video in the future if you want to know, and also I'll have a full review on this gimbal. If you want that, leave a like down below and let me know in the comments if you want a review of this gimbal. I bought it, I'm currently testing it out. This is the first time that I'm using a big gimbal, a complete gimbal on my Sony A6700, and I'm enjoying it. Like, this will be more for car reviews, and for bigger reviews, day-to-day videos, this is not that useful. I prefer to use my iPhone to record B-roll, but for bigger projects, car reviews, this will be extremely useful. So, as for the gimbal, this deal is just too good. This gimbal is extremely feature-rich, is very modular, and for 80% off, like $140 on Amazon, this was a steal. That's why this is my currently favorite gimbal for the Sony A6700. But I will have a full comparison against the DJI Ronin 3, I think. A friend of mine has one, and I want to compare it because that's one of the not the most popular gimbal out there in the industry. Most of you are currently asking, what about the lenses? Won't you talk about all the lenses that you have? Well, if you want me to talk about it, let's talk about it. The first lens that I recommend for you guys, and I've talked about on my channel several times, is a zoom lens for your Sony A6700. I think that in your lens backpack, you should have two types of lenses. A zoom lens, like this, and a prime lens. The differences, well, the zoom lens you can zoom. That's the name, you can zoom. You can zoom further, backwards, and so it gives you a very extended focal range within just one lens. These are more expensive and they have a bit less quality than prime lenses. But it's worth it if you want to have a zoom lens that covers most of the focal length. This is an 18 to 105, which in APS-C terms, like the Sony A6700, it covers from around 24 to 150. So, in my opinion, this is a very complete zoom lens. And the video quality and photo quality that you can take with this one, again, it's incredible. This is a G lens, so it's almost like the G master lens of APS-C. Higher quality, better build quality, and more premium in general. This has a very good sensor. I think it's 88 millimeters, if I'm not wrong. This is a 72 millimeter diameter lens, and it's really good. Takes amazing shots, amazing portrait photos. This is an f4 lens, so for low light photography is not the best. Medium light to good light, incredible portrait lens, incredible. If you want a better low light portrait lens, then I would recommend you getting a 50mm f1.8 or better high-end full-frame lenses that cost you $1,000. But this lens, in my opinion, for a zoom lens is really worth it. This has a zoom ring that controls how zoom far away or far out you have, and then you have the focus ring, so you can focus within this ring. This also has the power zoom feature, which is if you want to zoom really fast, really quickly, without wasting that much time, this will take more time, it will be slower. You have this button right here, I don't know if I can focus it right here, that you can zoom very far away and backwards really, really fast. That's the advantage of having a G lens. It's really, really feature rich. And this is how this lens from Sony looks. As you can see, it looks different. Looks a bit closer because this is an 18mm, while the lens that I was shooting before is this one right here, the 15mm f1.4 from Sony. This is my favorite prime lens, but I will talk about this in a tiny bit. Let me just explain you the differences between an f4 lens and an f1.4. So currently I have a studio light. Let me just use my iPhone to show you. So currently I'm shooting this camera right here. This is the big lens. Again, this big lens. And this is my ring light, really bright, sorry for that. And this is me. But this is the LCD screen that I was talking about. And you can see that currently we have 1/60, so the 180-degree rule. We have the f4, and we have the exposure ring and the ISO. I had to put the ISO a bit higher. Normally I shoot at the base ISO 100, but currently it's at 250. Then I had to adjust my ring light because, again, this is an f4 lens, so it captures less light than this really tiny Sony 15mm. You can probably see the differences, but look at it. Like, look at the differences. This is a much bigger lens. Again, look at the size difference between the lenses. It's ridiculous. Again, ridiculous. But this lens right here, it's better for taking photos and to vlog outside and to do different angles, different focal lenses, to take video inside on a talking head shot. It doesn't create that background blur, that bokeh effect. It doesn't create that well of an image because you need to increase your ISO, it's a bit less sharper, and it being f4, it doesn't perform that really well under poor lighting conditions. And at night, like right now, it's not the best. But again, it's a good lens, and I'll use it right now just to talk about my 50mm on hand. So this is my 50mm prime lens. This is my most expensive lens, and it's the prime lens that I recommend for the Sony A6700. Other alternatives that are cheaper currently for around $300, I think, it's the Sigma 60mm f1.5 or f1.4. That's the lens. That's a really good lens also, but I think this one gets it a bit better on the customizable buttons. You have three customizable buttons actually. You have this one right here, which you can customize to anything. Let me see if I can get you. That one right there. Yep, that one. You also have the autofocus, manual focus. The lens too far away, so you have the autofocus, manual focus, and you also have to finish it off the lock. This lock will lock the aperture ring, so you can lock it and unlock it. And you also have this zoom ring right here. This enables you to change focus. Other than that, really simple, but really, really light lens. And this is the best part about this lens. It's a 15mm, extremely good for vlogging and for filming in low light conditions. Also good to take video out of real estate or photos out of real estate, and it's really high quality, really sharp. It's a G lens after all. This one is a bit more expensive, costs you around $700. So yeah, $700 on this lens, $300 on the zoom lens that actually cost me, forgot to talk about that, $1,000 that I spent in lenses. But that's everything. I don't think you need more. You have a 50mm that covers your wide and ultra wide lens needs, and you have a zoom lens that covers every other factor for photos mainly. This is my favorite video lens that I have. It's my prime lens, and so that's the thing that I advise you for you. If you are looking into the Sony A6700, I think two essential lenses, and the only two you need, it's a prime lens, a 50mm Sony lens, 60mm Sigma lens, whatever you want to buy, and a zoom lens. Is it an 18-105? Is it a 30-150? Is it a 70-220? Whatever. A zoom lens will take the job. I would advise you to try to cover the focal length between 18 to 150. So decide to choose a zoom lens that covers most of the spectrum. Other than that, a zoom lens and a prime lens will be just fine. So let's just switch back to this lens because I kind of miss it. So we are back at the Sony 50mm. Let me know in the comments below if you notice any differences between this lens and the other one. We are back at base 100 ISO, and that's it. I think these are the two best lenses you can buy. The 50mm f1.4 and the 18-105 f4 zoom lens. A prime lens and a zoom lens. The last accessory that I want to talk about in today's video, I will just grab it. Is this light right here. As you can see, it was lighting up my system, giving it some color to my background of the video, but it's called EVZ G2. It's a light, gives you color, it's an RGB light. It can help light up your subject on a photo shoot, outside vlogging. This, again, came with this bag, this microfiber cloth bag, and it came with this adapter for your camera, right here. So you can attach it right here, like so, and put on your camera, just like so. And you put it on top, and you can give light to your subject, or you can use this mount support and give color to your background. This is a very versatile light. I like it a lot. Quite expensive on Amazon, I think 80 or 90 bucks. This charges via USB-C, right here. I don't know if you can see it. See if I can get it to focus. But yeah, as you can see, USB-C. And it has the full spectrum of 360-degree color. You have these menus right here. Again, see if I can focus. All of those menus there to switch out all the settings on this. And completely full, made of aluminum. Has an LCD screen on the back, right there. If it's focusing. And yeah, really well made. $80. I think it's a steal. Works really well. It can light up your background. So go give it a check on the description down below. It's a great file in my opinion. Look at the difference that thing makes. It's incredible how different does a background and a setup in general work with a colored RGB light. So I totally recommend a thing like that. Go check it out. It was a recommendation from a fellow YouTuber, so I cannot say it was my recommendation. That light just died, doesn't care. This is the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. Drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate support. And this was a request from one of my subscribers to talk about my two lenses. And I thought, well, I made a video talking about those. So let's talk about my favorite accessories for the Sony A6700. So if you want more videos and you want to see your video made, let me know your request in the comments down below. I will check it out, I will respond, and maybe I will make it. Thank you guys for watching. Bye bye.